So what's going on, lads? Hope everything's fine. And I'm John doing the fans forum. And I said even to the three lads, starting with Chip Az, giving him to you.
Hello.
Annie, how are you? I'm good. How are you? How's Annie?
Hello, John. Hello, Billy. Hello, Chippers.
Hi, Annie.
And even to Billy.
Evening to everybody.
And Jason's going to come in later. So I think he's at work, so he's going to walk back 20 minutes. So as soon as he's back home, then he's going to.
You're warm, John. Are you warm?
I'm warm. Jason. Oh man. So
what are you really wearing, mate?
Say again, Sam.
What are you wearing, Mike? It's not that warm.
I'm just had a bath. Back from work, so not having a gym, but hey, there you go. Listen, so guys, anyone watching this, I'm sure to please stick a like, subscribe, comments, and any questions, we're answering to them. And yeah, we're going to start with ASM. I'll start with you, Chip Az, and excuse me. He's the only one who's doing it first this season. Can you see him staying past January, or do you think he'll be gone? And why?
Well, I think he'll be gone personally, but what's remarkable is I think he's played the most games this season compared to usually. I mean, I think he's played in all 6 games this season that we've played. Now, for me, I would be worried about that because that shows me that there's an injury around the corner, and he's not used to playing a lot of games in a row. And if we're so reliable on him, it's going to happen eventually. That's what I'm worried about. Is that someone's going to take him out in one of these games, and we're left one out, you know. But yeah, I think he'll go in January personally. So I don't think Bruce will have any money to spend, so it'll be a case of sell to buy.
Yeah, I think it's going to happen. Excuse me, it's going to happen anytime soon. It's a shame because he's a talented lad, and it seems to me he's the only one's got to work harder all the time, and the others just not on his wavelength. So, and Annie, can you hear us, mate?
Yes, I can.
You can. Just talking about Saint-Maximin, and can you see him staying past January, or do you think he'll be on his way?
Realistically, who's going to pay what Newcastle will be after him? So let's say Newcastle want 40 million for ASM. Who's going to pay that in January? I can see somebody paying that in the summer, but I don't think anybody will pay that in January. So if he's going to leave, I think it's definitely going to be next summer.
Yeah, I mean, Chippers reckons January. I think I'd agree with you, Andy. If any of you are going, so I don't think it leave us in the lurk at this moment in time because we need him this season, no matter what. Because he could be the difference. He can make us stay up or get relegated, and hope he keeps us up. And Billy, same with you, mate.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, go on, Chippers.
Go on, Chippers.
The thing is, though, as well, we're not in Europe, so he's not going to be cup tied for anything, is he? If people want him in January, he can play straight in the team. We don't have to wait another 6 months for him. So, that's one thing people are going to look at is that he's able to play straight away if they're in Europe. So there's no signing sort of if anyone wants him.
Yeah, I totally agree, man. Totally agree. And Billy, your thoughts on ASM?
There's 2 ways of looking at this, isn't there? And it kind of indicates if any supposed takeover is going ahead or not, because Ashley can't sell an asset that could be worth 50-60 million quid and still expect the same price for the club that was agreed in the first place. So you look at it from that angle. He's just signed a new contract, hasn't he, in the past 18 months and 12 months, 6 months, whatever. It's been recently, hasn't it, anyway?
Yeah.
I don't think he'll be getting anywhere January, but if they did get an offer of 60-70 million pounds for him, then that would obviously change the price of the value of the club if any takeover was to go ahead.
Yeah, I totally agree. In my opinion, I think he'll go at the end of the season no matter what. And the thing is, the players around him aren't good enough for me. And when he breaks, you got Joe Linton jogging, and the people just kind of keep up with him, sort of thing. But the guy's ambitious, he wants to play in the French national team. In my opinion, he will not get that play for Newcastle United. Trust us when I say that. I got some comments here as well before we go back to ASM. Evening, chaps. Evening, Paul. You okay? I got Wilma as well. Evening, guys. Hope you're good. I think ASM will be gone soon. It seems to be a player that neutral loves watching, so I can see a club coming for him soon. Me personally, I do not want him being sold to another English club. Abroad, yes. Another English club, definitely not. And even to Ryan, even to Geordie, and Paul to send a message. Anticipate worrying battle. Yeah, I mean, guys, listen up. Charles, so well and truly coming from the 90s. I've already been told I should die to watch my back in the next home game. Now, I'm going to come on to Charles later on, by the way, as I speak. But I'm going to get in there now, right? I'll say it now, right? Trolling and bullying people on social media or YouTube, whatever, is not on, okay? It's not on. Whoever you are, right, show your face, okay? Please do that, because at the end of the day, sitting back behind the computer or keyboard warrior sort of thing, or etc., it's not on at all whatsoever. I mean, Holly Blades had that as well, by the way. Her dad got it as well. Holly, if you're watching, you got me back, pet. Do you know what I mean? You got me back. Everyone's got your back. You are lovely if you're watching this. And listen, there's no room for it at all whatsoever. I'll come back to that later on, by the way. Paul, tell me who they are, Paul, and I'll watch your back, pal, okay? Because that is shocking. It really is. I saw his tweet today, by the way, on Holly's tweet. I got ASM. We'll definitely we get relegated. That's from Geordie, Ryan, Paul. Charles, you're 6'5" man. Not many say much to use. Well, he sorts out a Leeds fan out, by the way. I'll go to Charles means I'm the after Charles, yeah. And Charles, I thought I'd say TTP for a minute. Then I thought Charles talk, shite, ignoring Paul. Well said, Geordie. Well said. In my guys are. How much is the autograph? How can I get on Jay? Listen, it's now. If you see us, I'll be happy giving this to you, by the way. And it's now. If you're offering me money, do you know what? I just throw the money back in your face. I do not want anything. If I get a phone here, then you can always donate this any time of the day. That's perfect. Because they live under a bridge, they don't show face. Ryan, totally agree. I know the Charles. That's Paul. I know the Charles. There are effing twats who needs to get a life. Well said. They soon get sick of it. I've been trolled anyway, and it's not pleasant. Police has been contacting me, so let them deal with it. Paul, big up to you, my guy, honestly, and let us know how it's going. Do you know what I mean? I'm definitely going to come to trolling later on. And death threats are police matter, that's for sure. Yeah, totally agree. Totally agree 100%. So, yeah, any trolling, that sort of thing, it will not be accepted at all whatsoever. So, going on to ASM. I mean, we all know he's happy at Newcastle, right? Do you think he's right, Chip, has to go to Ashley and Charlie and say, look, start showing ambition, yeah, start spending some money, and he'll stay? Do you think he's right in doing it? I think he is in that.
Well, you've got to, because that's the only way you're going to keep your best assets is by getting the best out of them and by wanting the best. And we haven't got that, have we? I mean, we're always out of the League Cup the first round, out the FA Cup the first round. We're never in Europe, so... Yeah. What's the point in being here? We're not going to compete for the Premier League, so what's the point in being here when we're not competing for anything?
Yeah,
it's ridiculous, isn't it? Dinner, even to my mates,
good evening, everybody.
And how are you tonight? Okay.
I've just come back. I've just done a couple of miles jogging, stroke running, and then I was looking at my time. I thought I must get on to John's podcast, otherwise he won't be happy. So. I thought, wow. And obviously meet the other lovely company that we got as well today.
Wow, he's gone.
Oh.
He's gone. He'll be back.
I was being nice, Chippers. What's happened?
Wow. Bless you. There he is.
Is he back?
He's back. But so probably just.
What happened, Chips? What happened?
Just went off. So it's fine.
He wants to be next to you, Neil.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Oh no, he's back.
Excuse me.
Right. I've got John. Go on.
Yeah, Annie, I was about to tell you, you'd be able to catch up on UFC Matters today. They're doing the retro show and they're covering your Bristol and the unnamed Bristol as well that you don't talk about the Newcastle games against them.
Wow.
So you'll be able to get that on catch up. I thought I'll tell you about that. You might have been to one or two of them. I don't know. Might have been to one or two of the games.
I don't think I'm
not the one George Mitchell's talking about. I bet though.
No, not George Mitchell's ones. No. I tell you what a memory, mate. What a memory.
I know.
Awesome memory, isn't it?
Fantastic.
You know,
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
it's great.
Well,
You know,
is this
he's almost like a Encyclopedia Britannica of everything Newcastle.
Proper
Is this-
education. Listen to.
is this when you beat the Gas? The Rovers.
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, Andy Cole will be mentioned because he played for you.
Oh.
didn't
Right, he did.
he? Yeah, Andy. Yeah, that'll be one player. I don't know who else played for both, but that'll be one player. I guess.
Brian Tinian.
Oh
Danny
yeah,
Simpson.
he was like 80s, wasn't he? Brian Tinnion.
Late 80s, early 90s. Yeah.
Late 80s, yeah, I remember Brian Tinnion.
What player?
Yeah. Okay, sorry, John,
Nope.
stealing your thunder.
Sorry, John.
That's it.
We're talking Bristols.
Yeah.
Talking
One team. One team in Bristol. Baby. One team.
Wow. I was going to say, guys, don't know. Talk about Sir Maximan, and thing is, I was just asking the guys, do you think he will be staying in Newcastle in January, or do you think he's going to go at the end of the season?
I'll tell you what, it's what's called what's the word? Come January, it'll be a very tense situation, dare I say it, because I don't know who his agent is, but if we haven't improved, but if we haven't improved our position, then you can see his agent in December sounding out other clubs. You know, that's the bit we'll not know about until obviously, you know, come transfer window time. But you know, it could happen. I mean, it wouldn't be a surprise, would it? It's not the first time it's happened where we let a gifted, talented player go. But you know, yeah, and he's quite right to go to Ashley and say start showing some ambition. Referring to your earlier question, because at the end of the day, let's put it all on our five of us. Yeah, if we're playing, whatever team we play for, we want to win things, don't we? If we're Premier League players, right? We want to be, you know, rubbing shoulders with your Real Madrids and your Barcelonas. We want to be competing at the top end of the table. We want to be winning trophies, because when your career, I mean, at the end of the day, a footballer's career is not very long, is it? When we put it into years, sometimes it might. Or the lucky few manage to last 20 years, i.e., gigs. But in most cases, it's what 10 years. And when the player finishes, what's he judged on? What has he won?
Yeah,
This is it.
The goals, etc. Fair enough. But what honours has he got? What's in his cabinet at home? Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's like
Championship playoff final win over Sheffield Wednesday.
I mean, that obviously championship playoff sort of counted now, but
It counts. It counts. It counts, Daniil. It counts.
It counts. Fair enough. I suppose you get a trophy and you go up as well. Yeah, actually, but yeah, he's quite right, because you know.
but there's two ways of looking at it, isn't there? Because at the minute he's a big fish in a small pool, isn't he? And he might have ambitions of playing for France. He might have ambitions of playing for France in the World Cup, for instance.
Yeah.
But if he was to leave Newcastle in January and go to a Liverpool, Arsenal, wherever, he might not get the same sort of game time, and he becomes a big, small fish in a massive pool, and he's washed over. It might be better off staying at Newcastle, playing as well as he is, and he might get a call up that way.
Because he'll stand out more, won't he? Rather than
obviously,
for example, I mean, people that have gone from Newcastle, i.e., big fish who've gone on to other pools, they haven't really set the world alight after that, have they? When you think about it, likes of Kabay and
Demba Ba,
or even sort of tend to.
The thing is, though, as well, Ashley's got a habit of selling pretty good players in January.
He has.
That's one thing. He's done it before. I mean, you just said Kabay got rid of him in January. Andy Carroll got rid of him in January. Demba Ba left in January.
Yeah.
You know,
the prices are at premium in January, aren't they? That's where you get the highest prices, and
because teams are desperate, are they? Teams are desperate to buy the player and got the money, sort of thing. So
and like Chipper says, he's not playing in Europe, so he's got a premium on him for the stars anyway. I mean, we could be looking at 67 million quid in January for him. Ashley ain't going to turn that down, is he?
No.
The thing is, though, he's not prepared to start Boost. He don't want to pay the £4 million. But yeah, he's happy to sell the players like ASM, and then wants to leave the club. That is the thing. And
Well, it devalues the club, so he's got to watch what he's doing in that respect. So by selling you your highest assets, you're devaluing the club, aren't you? So there is some sort of limits to what he can and can't do. If there is a takeover in the background, we'll know more as this cat case progresses. But it'd be quite interesting to see what does happen in January with him. Obviously, I hope we keep him, but
I do. But
it might be hard to.
I suppose you've got to be prepared, haven't you? Because we've been down this route before, so you know.
Totally agree. And we come on to the cat case later on as well. We've got a lot of cramming sort of things as well. I've got Jake and Leeds fan. Even guys, you're in cash 22. You need ASM to get clear off the drop zone, but the better he does, the more attractive he gets. I don't care about top 4, but it sounds like West Ham, Leicester will want to boost in January. I totally agree. Joey Bonds with the Rovers, and ASM won't play European football, not fighting relegation. And ASM needs to change a lot before he gets this big move. End product and injuries are not worth big bucks. Yeah, Ryan.
That's an interesting point, but end product's okay. But if it's people in the box like Joe Linton, why would he cross to him? Do you know what I mean? He knows he's going to miss it. So Friday he went himself, didn't he? Yeah, exactly. He started doing more himself and scored. So to me, that was end product.
Yeah. That's the thing. He's getting there, but if you're a top manager like a Rafa Benitez or someone top class manager will make the best out of this guy, and I think he's a brilliant player. I got Tonjoli Ronaldo. It's the only player in recent times that's done well for himself, going from Newcastle to Liverpool, won Premier League, Champions League. Then he's now at PSG. Other than that, the likes of Kabad, Sissoko, Feld. How many marks out of 10? How many marks out of 10 would you give Ronaldo since his time in Newcastle?
Solid 8.
Yeah, I'm about to say 8. Yeah, definitely. He is quality. I mean,
he is.
I'll give McLaren a big tick for getting him. I'll have to give him a tick for that. Not much else, but he did find a good in there.
Oh yeah, I'd say that. I mean, I'll give him an 8. If he scored away some away goals, I would give him a 9 out of 10. But he's an 8 out of 10 for me, a solid 8. And but he's developed the season player ratings for the season. He'll get an 8 in a poor team. I got Ryan as well. ASM's only worth 27 million on the market. No way we can get more than 40 for him. Judy's in the house today, lads. Judy! Hey! She's one of my favourites in the chat sort of thing. And just said to smash a like for the badass and brilliant. Whoa!
I wonder why that is then.
I'm 130 away from getting 1,000, so I can start. I'm going to end up being a full-time YouTuber. The problem is I'm 52-year-old. I mean, there's young and people coming through. Am I going to get pushed out? I don't know. We'll see.
No, John. John, you're as young as you feel. 52, that's just a number. Get over. You know?
You're younger than me.
Oh, bless you. I mean, Chippas is 30. Are you 30, Chippas? 30?
31.
31.
Oh,
wow.
You're Ben.
31. Wow.
Yeah. Hard people around.
I said to Danielle the other day that she was 19 when she came on the video call, and I couldn't believe her age, man. I couldn't believe her age at all whatsoever. But blessed. I've got Matthew Smith as well. Even to Matthew. Lads, how many more games have I win with a take for Boost to get the sack?
Good question.
I'll ask you, Billy.
I think if he loses Saturday, I think he might be on his way out.
Chippas?
I get the impression from seeing on social media, possibly Saturday as well. I think there's a lot of things that are happening in the background. I think it might be a case of Saturday's his last chance now, and I think if we lose on Saturday, I think he could relatively be the case that actually has to do what he doesn't want to do and sack them. For him, it's a case of obviously he doesn't want to pay the comment, does he? But I think he might just have to, and if we lose again on Saturday, because we'll be in the bottom 3, and we could be adrift. We could be 3 or 4 points adrift on Saturday. Come Saturday, Sunday night. So
we're going south, Chippas. We're going south, and the further south we go, the worse you get. And one of them as well said that take Ashley to sack Boost if they're cut adrift from mid-table to the bottom of the table. You got to do it now. It's so good getting a manager in when they're 10 points adrift from safety. They're not going to take that job on. They don't want their reputation being tarnished, don't they? I would soon go to a club with 10 points adrift. There's no way.
We're 6 games in, a new manager comes in, and if I was the new manager, I'd think, well, I would have had Lejeune, I would have had so and so. You'd be well cheesed off with it, wouldn't you? What they've got rid of, and what you've been left with. But a new manager would come in, fresh ideas. It needs fresh ideas because Bruce only has the one, and so anyone that comes in with more than one idea is going to be better than Bruce, aren't they?
Exactly. Totally agree. And Dino. Not there. He'll be back. He'll be back. His ASM gets coached well by elite manager. He has potential to be world class. And Ronaldo was our top goal scorer. The season got relegated. Solid 8 for me. Yeah, definitely 8. Again, if it was away from home, got some goals, it'd be definitely 9 out of 10. Essence better last 4 games. So overall, his end product is disappointed. Yeah, work on that. It'd be fine. Only problem with Ronaldo was that he couldn't score away from home. Secondary point. Other than that, he was quality. I got Judy as well. 52 is just a number. Sadly, Joe Linton, in John's case, is number of inches. So I nearly said those 3 words, by the way. No, listen, don't try to say that if we go behind. So it's just a bit sarky, sort of, My guy says that as well. Lee Gunnar again, and I've got to say that. Chippers, how hard was your paper round?
Quietly, as you can tell, wasn't a picnic.
Wow, right enough. Right, John, we don't care old yes. Thanks very much, Ryan. Top guy. You should never talk about the ladies' age, John. Yeah, Daniel as well. You know what? I did the last watch along, guys. If you watched this, the last watch along, right? I never said the 3 words. I never said the 3 words as well. So I've done really well.
Which 3 are you on about, mate? I'm not with you. Murder, She Wrote.
No. The 3 words, initials, TTP. I can't say info because Daniel's in the house. So I'm
You haven't said that other word as well. That begins with I. That other word,
Or you can say we fixed the defence. We can't even fix the defence at all. 3 clean sheets in what? Since February? Wow. Never mind other YouTubers. Just keep doing your stuff. Keep it real and folks will carry on tuning in. Well said, Jake. Thank you very much indeed, my guy. Boost time's ticking along nicely for the Oh, yes. Love it. I tell you what, should be a ticking time bomb, by the way. Do apologise. Well, I shouldn't apologise, but yeah, it wouldn't take much for a manager to come in and be better than Boost. Totally agree. But the early second, the better.
Thing is, now if you get a manager in now, he's got plenty of time. He's got plenty of time to get it sorted. It's not like when Rafa came in, McLaren left where he had 6 or 7 games, 8 games to turn it around. You have 28 league games to sort it out, so it's time. That's what you need.
Exactly. And Eddie, and there's a new manager bounce, and yeah, I agree. I mean, Eddie Howe for some would do a great job as well. Frank Lampard's out of work. So I got good evening to you, Rob. I hope you're okay. And I'm going to read this one as well. And Judy, we were in positive challenge today at Big Sam. Now we're a whole bathtub of sewage. Not even championship manager touched us without a war chest. I totally agree there. And actually wouldn't spend after Bruce redundancy. I think he'd be gone. I think he'd definitely be gone, by the way. Let's be real about it, but long overdue. But I want to talk about, I'll start with you, the guy, Billy, the trolling as well. Now, Holly Blades, dad, is getting it, right, every single time. And I tell you something now, right, I mean, I do not believe in people bullying people on social media, sort of thing. I mean, I haven't met the lass personally, but she seems a very lovely lass. And she was the first podcast that came on my chat. Yeah, my channel. Let's be real. But I don't know if you've seen it on Twitter, the way her guys got bullied, sort of thing, being trolled, and all this grooming business and stuff like that sort of thing as well. What's your take on it, Billy?
It's scandalous, really. It's there's no other word to describe it. Holly's she's a great voice for our fan base. She speaks so intelligently. You'd never know her age if you just listen to her. You don't need to know her age. She says the right things. She says them in the right way. And for her dad must be really proud of her because she is a shining example of what our fan base is. And if some people don't like that, then they're the ones with the problems. And yeah, it's just wrong. There's no need for it at all. I don't know what it boils down to. I kind of do know, but it's wrong. It's just not on at all. And for such a shining example of a Newcastle United supporter as Holly is, she speaks perfectly every time you listen to her. She gets up off her ass and does things. She's been down to Downing Street and all this. Yeah, why would you not look up to her and respect her? Yeah, even as a 16-year-old, she's a shining example. She really is, and her dad should be really proud of her, and I'm sure he is.
Big up Holly's dad as well, sort of thing. You know what I mean? And
absolutely.
With a lot of sense as well, by the way. Sort of, I'd love to get her back with each other again. I hope she comes back, and if she does, I'll make sure that I get as much people as possible. You know what I mean? So he's amazing, and I hope Holly's listening, by the way. And what's your take on Chippers? I'll go with you, trolling on social media. Horskin, you're getting it now.
Yeah, it's not on, is it? I mean, come on. People should, why are people doing it? It's, wrong, it's horrible, and it's no need for it because it's getting personal now between people, and it's just wrong. If you're going to, just, even I thought about deleting my social media because it was getting that bad. I thought, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I want to talk about Newcastle, and I don't want to see people bullying each other over our opinion. It's just wrong, man. Come on.
And you know what it is, right? One of these days, someone's going to go over the edge. For me, I'm going to be biased by saying this, right? I don't know if you guys watch AFTV when things goes wrong for them and get beat. I tell you what, we are the AFC team of Twitter. I could tell you that right away.
I was waiting for you to bring up Gunnar and Arsenal Fan TV. I knew it was coming somewhere along the line.
No, that's what we are. We just. I know what you mean to us. That we are exactly that, if not worse. We're above them when it comes to social media sort of thing, and we're the worst of it. And it is a shame, but you're right. It should be talking about football, Newcastle. Talk about teams. Do you know what I mean?
We should all want the same thing. We all support the same club. It's called Newcastle United for a reason. There's no need for these factions. There's absolutely no need for. We're all pissing the same pot at the end of the day.
Agreed. Absolutely. Billy.
Agreed. Totally agree. And Dunil, I'm not going to ignore you, by the way.
No, that's fine. Yeah, trolling. I mean, any form of bullying, be it face to face, be it online, bullying as a whole is just plain wrong, right? And Holly, I know I've how can I say this? But I've been on the same match day live as Holly on NUFC Matters, and she is, as Billy quite rightly said, a great example of an up and coming young fan who cares about the club and wants the best for the club, like we all do, right? And some of those comments, I saw them on Sunday, and I tweeted out, said that is just bang out of bloody order, especially to Steve. Steve's a family man, like we are, right?
Yes.
And to get personal like that is just not on. It's bang out of order, below the belt, and there's absolutely no need for it. And again, I've said before, Twitter needs to sort this. Twitter needs to put down guidelines as to what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. I mean, I think, is it Facebook, anything racist, etc., things get taken down, yeah? And
I've got a Dave ban from Twitter, and I'll tell you this now.
Yeah.
I made a Line of Duty joke about Jesus, Mary, and the wee donkey, and I got banned for 1 day for blasphemy.
1 day.
Can you believe that?
Well,
Twitter will ban you for that, but they allow you to. When there's a lot of Twitter now, really talented artist who's been trolled. I hope he's okay, by the way. I really do, because there's serious things going on with him. Yeah. He's been forced into this by people on Twitter trolling him. They don't get banned. I got banned for blasphemy for saying a line out of Line of Duty. Something ain't right somewhere, is it?
It's not. It is. What's it called? It's called double standards. I would say there, mate. Double standards, Billy.
Absolutely.
But no, I mean, if we're gonna, have any impact on the Premier League, etc., we've all got to stick together. Yeah. We're Newcastle United. not Newcastle disunited. When Newcastle and all of us got to sit down together, you know, be on the same page, and respect each other as individuals. There's 4 of us here. Chippers, Billy, yourself. I'll have my opinion. Chippers has got his own opinion. You've got yours. We're going to differ, but it doesn't mean I should, you know, be nasty to you, nasty to Billy, or nasty to Chippers. You say, right, we differ, but you say, yeah, fair enough. Cool.
Yeah.
This is just about respecting other people's opinions, isn't it? That's basically that's boils down to.
Respect is
it's
a big
respect,
thing.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, respect is something which I sometimes feel is lacking in society at times, but hey ho.
Fair enough. Well, so well put. I've got John's fan club. John did 52. Bloody hell. We all have to.
Oh,
Just the process.
Oh, man.
So I can say it. I'll say it for you.
Well, I'll tell you what, next time I was going to change my name into Zachary Me Don't on Saturday. You have any fan mail?
John Fonzarelli, what about that?
Yeah.
After the 4 Horsemen show on Monday, call yourself John Fonzarelli. There you go. Change it to that.
Thank you.
And we'll have the happy. And we'll play the Happy Days theme tune for you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. You had any fan mail yet? Not yet. I mean, loads of that's it. Got Matthew. Would you like to see Lewis start on Saturday? A player of his age and potential should be getting the game. Oh, definitely.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
100%. This guy, I mean,
we'll need his pace against Sarr.
Yeah. Put him on a back 4. It's a flat back 4. He'll do a good job. I mean, I like Jamal Lewis, yeah, but I tell you what, he is getting hung out to dry at the football club. You know what I mean? He must be a bit peed off. The hell see what's going on. And FH Bullies, Rob, 100% right. Chip Baz, are you the Gallagher pigeon on Twitter? And it's gone and hiding, by the way.
I don't think he is. Chipper's got more life in him than the Gallagher pigeon, unfortunately. For the pigeon, not for Chippers, obviously.
Bless him. I got Julian Hoos again. The Gallagher pigeon sounds like a Geordie Batman. Yeah, totally agree. No room for trolling. Twats in the society, they wouldn't say it to someone's face. So why do they do it online? Because it's an easy way out. That's what it is. It's an easy way, and you just don't want to show that face. I don't want to see bullying over football for all things. Well said, Wilma. Well said. I got my guy, Paul. You're always going to get people that are jealous of bringing hate. 100%. Most people aren't brought up with respect these days. Paul, you know what it is, mate, right? I mean, people don't even know the word respect. People don't even haven't been taught respect. And also people, right, some of the parents, right, don't want to teach how to respect. It's as simple as that. That's why this country has gone backwards. Let's be real about it.
It's a society problem, John. In the past 10 years or so, people have been encouraged to create division in the country. And while that's happening, you're going to get these kind of things on social media. A lot of it boils down to society in general.
Yeah.
Exactly. Totally agree. And you know what it is, right? I mean, we have got a long... I'll go to different because I go to Italy a lot, right? And the way that people, especially young I'm qualified. I could tell you about Italy. I'm qualified. And the way the kids people... Tell you something now, right? That is how it should be brought up. It's as simple as that. Anyway,
move on.
I got... I'm happy... I'm happy not to be on that Steve's pitch.
You're right, Ryan. Yeah.
Best out of it. Opinions makes the world goes round. Don't agree. Don't try to cause a war on simple, as well said. I got Ryan. People need to get on with their lives and grow the F up. Yeah, totally agree. You sound the Hoos again? Yay! Gallagher. And actually, I'm reminded that gallows is where you hang people, and some people have been hung for less. She's right. I got my guy Richard, a United fan. Big up to you, my guy. Hope you're okay.
My guy.
I went on the show the other week, and I tell you what, this channel's lit, absolute lit. And I got Jigger. Well, he is leading your club to the gallows. That's the show. Bang on. I've got a 7-day ban on Facebook for calling some idiot that was being raised as a clown. Wow, that's shocking. Absolutely shocking for that. Honestly. And he says, social media platforms should have to tell people what's right and wrong. People should know what's right and wrong. Which is on someone's face. 100% definitely
Exactly.
not.
If you want type it, shouldn't it, somebody's face.
Unless
Exactly.
they're but average.
They shouldn't have to, but they do have to, obviously, because people obviously don't, do they?
Yeah.
Go over this comments quickly. We're going to talk about the Brighton Newcastle game and has times been changed. Tabalan allowed on Twitter, Trump not. Wow. Difference of opinions is fine. When it's personal is a massive, massive problem.
Yeah.
Well said, Rich. I just want people. Now, I can't be bothered with drama. Daniel, I don't believe 100% because at the end of the day, there's too many of them. Too many of them. Surely Girl has to start on Saturday. Now, apparently, Charlie, right, has told Boost he's got to play Girl. I don't know how true that is, but is that right? Sam, I'll start with you, Chipas.
First I've heard of it. I haven't heard any of it, so I don't know if it's true or not, to be honest.
Well,
If it is true, Bruce should walk out because that's constructive dismissal again. It's telling him how to do his job. Dwight Gale shouldn't be starting Saturday. Dwight Gale isn't good enough to start. Dwight Gale's okay to come on for the last 20 minutes. Well, because you know, last Friday. Not to start. No way.
Impact.
Although against Grant Hanley, maybe he should.
Well, I mean, Andy Ruda, what do you think? Do you think Dwight Gale should start against Watford on Saturday?
No.
Fair enough.
No. Not against Watford. Not against Watford.
Well, who do you propose, Danny? Because I haven't got anybody else.
I'm sorry, but not against Watford. Definitely
Yeah,
not
and Grant Hanley don't play them, does he? No, definitely not against Watford, no.
Because Watford have got two very experienced defenders there who are going to mark him very easily. And if it was two young defenders, for example, I think you could have risked maybe starting Gale, but Cathcart and Troost-Ekong are not young. So I think he's going to pick them up. They're going to pick him up quite easily. Not against Watford, no, not a chance. Especially with their physical.
Yeah.
Pardon?
As I say,
Give them the last 20 minutes, when they're a bit knackered.
Yeah, you see what happens and that sort of thing as well, But I would personally, it's a hard one. It's good to come off the last 20 minutes or so for me and start Premiership strike anymore. I don't think personally, but we should have got a backup strike in the summer. It didn't happen, and now we're paying the price for it. And Jake said, "Go on."
Yeah, I was going to say that not buying a backup striker to Callum Wilson that policy is now biting us on the butt cheeks like a ferret down the trousers, isn't it? You know. Yeah.
It's worse than that because we got rid of two.
Yeah,
didn't we? We got rid of two strikers and then didn't bring one in.
Yeah, exactly. It's just,
and that's why we're going to be in big trouble this season. You know what I mean? Brenda would die out in the future, anyways. Kids on the 15 don't seem to rate it at all.
Only me.
Yeah, only you. I don't even rise to their level by reacting because it's not worth a lead. Big up to you, Miguel. Well to use. A special left Richie needs to be replaced by Lewis or Richie now. Is a decent left foot. Create his pace is all gone. I wouldn't have him left back. So maybe it's a tough one, but to be fair, I thought he played okay Friday in parts. I support free speech all day long in real life because you own up to what you say and take your own risks. But there's none of this new national restrictions online where it's all anonymous. Yeah, totally agree.
You have a right to your speech unless it goes far and beyond and tries and abuse someone.
Yeah, free speech is fine. Hate speech isn't.
That's where the line. That's where the line is. And if you cross that line, then consequences is there in place.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Unbelievable.
Well said, mate.
That well said, Anna. Well said. Go Wasps. And I respect those who show me respect into the going around causing shite is not worth it. Big up to you, Julie. Ross on natural Twitter trolls. Wasps. Ross, sorry. And then you got John, my guy. Thanks very much. I got talking about the kickoffs as well. Late kickoffs has just been confirmed. Brighton is 5:30, and then Arsenal at the Emirates is at 12:30. So, what's your take on it, guys? I'll start with you, Chipaz. What's your take on the kickoff times for Newcastle fans? Do the FA care about us anymore, or Premier League care about us anymore?
That's absolutely ludicrous. 5:30 Brighton away, the furthest away game that we have to play Brighton. 5:30 kickoff. Is that a Saturday night as well, by chance?
Yeah, no trains back.
ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. That should be 3 o'clock on a Saturday, and that's it.
Yeah, man.
Arsenal as well is quite ridiculous because they've got to come up from London at half past. It's wrong. It's like we always seem to get them on like a Monday night and that as well, don't we? It's ridiculous. They need to sort it out properly because they're not doing it right. They're just doing it where they think the money is, and it's just wrong, man. Them two things are wrong. It's just wrong.
Absolutely shocking. I'll be back from Italy the day before that game, so I'll be doing the watch on for the Arsenal game. My advice to people who live in Las Vegas, live in the Asian country, if you live in Australia, stay in bed. Just stay in bed. Please, stay in
We might have a
bed.
different manager by then.
Yeah.
Might have a takeover. It might be a different owner now.
Yeah, when you're in Italy, John, where are you going in Italy? Where
I'm going to Rome for a week.
Yeah, see, when you're in St. Peter's Square and you hear that Bruce has been sacked, you'll be able to go, Mamma mia!
Yeah!
Is John going to Italy? He's never mentioned this. I've never heard him mention that he's going to Italy. Like, I mean,
that's been sorted. But that's against Brentford. I think we're at Brentford at home, and I'm afraid I won't be able to do a watch along in Italy because I'm not going to have protection for it. But it's a shame.
That's one live stream. You'll have to go. That's one live stream shocking down. That, I mean, that's shocking.
It is.
You'll have to do another one to make up for it.
Exactly. I do a long one. I gotta make it up for it, man. But I mean, I definitely do the Arsenal one, 12:30 sort of thing, and there you go. So yeah, I think it's shocking that, in my opinion, the Premier League got no consideration for Newcastle United fans whatsoever. They don't care, and it's down to. I know this guy's got to sort things out, but listen, end of the day, it's a kick in the teeth for the fans yet again, and they're gonna have to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning, make their way. Shocking, especially for the Brighton game. And that's why I'm doing this. I heard Bruce has got to get 6 points in 4 matches, and Dwight Gale has to feature. That is what you said. That, didn't we? That's what we did.
I'd love to know who his sources are because I've seen nothing of the sort on
I haven't.
Twitter or anything. Usually that's where you see that, and I've seen nothing to say that's got to happen. So
If I was told that, I'd say, well, you can't have both.
Well, that's it. All right.
Exactly. According to the Chronicle, Ashley says he's going to wait until Christmas at the earliest if you're in the bottom three to ever think about getting rid of Bruce. Can I just say this, right? In my opinion, I said this earlier on, I think, right? Sack him now. Do not wait until Christmas, because if you 10 plus a drift on safety, there's no one going to come in here, right, and take the job on. There's no way, because they're not going to fancy it. They don't need that person, that manager, to take this relegated. Do you know what I mean?
Of course, if he waits till Christmas, these good managers probably will be gone by then, and he can employ another cheap one, can't he?
Yeah.
Too late. Do it now. Would you sack him? Would you leave it as long as in Sports Direct? Definitely not.
But would you be surprised? Would you not be surprised if there's something in Bruce's contract as to why he hasn't sacked him yet? I know he's got to pay off, but there's probably something in his contract as well to say that you can't sack him at this stage of a season or so many games, or you've got to wait till a certain time or 6 months before his contract's up to get rid of him, or something along those lines, because that's what actually seems to put in the people's contracts that, they put something absolutely ridiculous in.
It's the club, I'm saying it now, real talk, it's an absolute mess at the moment. The club's a joke, and it's a complete utter mess. This is Ashley's own doing this. I mean, 2 relegations in 14 years. This could be a 3rd one, by the way, and I still feel be relegated. Let's be real about it. And if we do get relegated, I'm not going to have any complaints. I'm not going to get stressed over it.
We go down. No one can say it hasn't been coming, because it's been coming for a long. This has been coming since the season we come back. Since Rafa's last season, it's been coming. So.
If you walk in the sewers, one day you're going to tread in shit, and you hang around the bottom of the table. One day you're going to go down.
And there's no guarantee of a following season bounce back either, because
not this time.
Because as we all know, I mean, I said it the second time we went down. I said we're not going to get back up because I knew. Obviously, I don't watch as much Championship, but I follow the league, and that league is such that you go on a good run, you're in the top half. As soon as you go on a bad run, you're looking at the trap door, aren't you? In that league, and
it was only Rafa got us out of it last time.
Yeah, well,
The first
Got
time
that,
not being able to get rid of the players that were on high wages, and the second time because of Rafa. We've been lucky
Yeah.
both times, really.
yeah, we have actually.
If you
yeah.
think of it under Rafa as well, we only got promoted. Was it 3 games left to play? So we won the league with the last kick of the season. Really, when
yeah.
Grealish scored for Villa.
Yeah.
So
That's Villa
Yeah.
against Bayern at the last minute, didn't they? And we
Yeah.
knew.
Has anyone seen today about Joe Kinnear? I noticed
Yeah,
he's doing really
come on to
poorly.
that one, but it's just breaking news that he's got
Dementia.
dementia, and
The last
starting to
part of it,
see-
yeah.
That's shocking. I wish Joe Kinnear all the speedy recovery sort of thing, and I hope as well. But it's a sad thing when we get better soon, and
Yeah.
Apparently it's the last days of dementia, so he's right at the end of it. So
yeah,
I don't think there's no coming back from that.
I can't see it, man. I just
Yeah,
can't see it.
it's
It's
not
so
nice.
sad. Man.
It's not nice. Yeah, it's not nice. You guys will know people who've got it. It's not nice.
Mm.
Yeah, good.
Nice at all.
Let me just comment very quickly. In your times, wasp and fowl, they were nature pesticides, eaten aphids and green fly. That's from Judy. And Paul, maybe Gal has taken it upon themselves and go above the course to speak to Charlie. Just odd how he had a bus stop and now this.
Why
Wow.
is he waited this long to do it? Because he was apparently a sub all last season. So why didn't he say anything last season when he was mostly an unused sub as well? Why is he waiting for us to get to do it? To say
Exactly.
something? He had all last season to do it. And he didn't do it. So something's not right.
That was all out of the club, but they don't tell you. They're not going to come out and talk to you. But one of these days, the truth will be opening anytime soon. I've got Judy again. Annie, this for you, Annie. You should definitely consider a career in sports journalism. The sense you talk could take you far. That's what Judy Hobbs.
Judy, I'm not lying, but I've seriously considered that as a career down the road. Obviously I've still got past my GCSEs in 2 years' time. But down the road, definitely. Once I hopefully get to uni and get to A levels, I can get into journalism and do something there.
Go for it, kidda. If that's what you want to do, go for it.
Definitely. Great career.
Thank
That's what
you.
I wanted to
Thank
do when I
you.
was your age.
Yeah. What you call
Thank you.
Otherwise, when you get older, get our ages, you'll live with regretting. I wish I'd done this. No, flipping go for it. Make the right connections and everything. And I hope you do. And then I'll
Thank you.
see. I remember him when he was on YouTube and had an out. So get yourself in there.
Wow. I'll tell you what, though, I think he'd do well. I think this lad would do really, really well. And if he does go to sports journalism, bang on me. And I wish the kid ever success. And he's brilliant. He's a great guy. We love Andy. He's a legend.
Of course we do. Yeah.
Legend.
Don't forget about us, though. We'll
no,
give you a break.
So there you go. Let me just quickly sort of thing. Well, like Calvin Rutherford never replaced him. Matthew goes off Premier League quality, but he's literally the only fit striker we have. It doesn't matter if it's against an experienced Watford defence. And I think Andy's have to agree with Andy sort of in Watford are big beasts. To be fair, if Gale can be trusted against the opponent's side, defence no matter the experience, then he should have been sold ages ago. Me personally, but 50,000 reasons why he didn't get sold. Gale should have been sold after his loan spell in the Championship, to be honest. And as much as Gale is a good striker, he's the only one you have while Wilson's injured who has a striker instinct. I don't know if
He
it's
should have been sold before the loan deal. As soon as we got promoted, that should have been it. He should have been sold then.
Yeah. And then
That's when he'd have got his most money for him.
Yeah, set the bar higher and then gone.
Absolutely.
I think the fact that West Brom didn't get promoted, I think one of the reasons why you didn't get to you didn't probably sell it because West Brom didn't get promoted.
Yeah.
And the fact that West Brom probably didn't have the money to sign him in the Championship.
Yeah.
And I think that was another reason why he probably didn't sell him. John, one thing. You've been using a fan, haven't you, mate? This whole stream.
Yeah. Good fan.
We live in the same city, don't we?
We do.
It's bloody freezing. What are you on about?
No, I just had a long bath sort of thing as well, and I just got hot. Sorry about that sort of thing. I had a long.
He's practicing for Italy. When he goes to Italy, does he YouTube from he's practicing for Italy when it's hot out there? He'll be fanning himself.
Yeah,
Back to Gale. Back to Dwight Gale. The obvious deal was swap him and Rondon. That was the obvious deal at the time, wasn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Rondon's a beast of a striker when we had him for that one season.
Just swap the two of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Did Rondon go to? Wasn't he at West Brom?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was.
Yeah,
that's
that's
fine.
what-
Yeah, that's all. Yeah.
Could have sent Gale there, and we could have had Rondon, and that'd have been the end of it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I thought that was going to happen anyway, but it's just Rondon's wages apparently were high. But when you do that, when you pay some high wages for somebody who you know what you're going to get, who's going to give you the end product that you wanted,
Yeah, exactly. It's an old thing, Chip. As you get what you pay for, isn't it?
yep, exactly.
Yeah.
No good players are
But-
cheap these days.
Well, exactly.
18 million. I mean, why would West Brom accept a deal where they just straight swap for a 31-year-old Dwight Gale?
I mean, they're paying nothing for anybody. We were the ones paying the money, so they were getting Dwight Gale
No.
for free.
No, they could take Dwight Gale for free, but
Yeah.
why would you swap Rondon, who is not worth?
Yeah,
the
but back
free?
then,
His
Dwight
contract-
Gale was worth 12, 13, 14 million.
Yeah,
Not
because
that
Dwight
much.
Gale
No,
only had one
I
season.
What
wouldn't
do we
say.
pay
I
for him?
wouldn't say that much.
We only paid 10 million or something for him, didn't we?
Yeah,
We didn't pay-
yeah,
It wasn't much for him.
10, I
My
think.
tactical
No.
iPad sells me 12 million.
Yeah, and he was a proven championship striker. Well, that's what we signed him for, as a championship striker. Surely we'd have got that back from him, surely.
apart from Fulham, who's nobody's going to pay 12 million for a championship striker, and
They wouldn't have had to,
And
would
now-
they? They just swapped him and had 5 million on
We
top.
found him for free. We found him for free.
yeah,
And they'd have got
I
Rondon off the
suppose
wage
that
bill.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
suppose that makes sense.
yeah, absolutely.
all those chances sort of thing getting striker in and just hasn't happened.
Yeah.
Got one for Judy. New Steve Bruce has been sacked. Steve Bruce is hired as manager of Celtic. I don't think Angie will be going anywhere soon.
J- J-
anyway.
John,
What?
what's his
Are you joking? He's terrible.
John? What's his second name?
Postenaglu.
There's not
Okay, that's a good
Postecoglou.
effort. Good effort.
Postenaglu.
Good effort.
Good
I thought
effort.
the only reason you said
You know, listen, you got to give the lad time. You got to give him time. Look, I can remember back into 1997, Wim Jansen lost the first 3 games as Celtic manager, and the rest was history. He got in the league. He won us the league.
Yeah. But wasn't he only there a season and that's it? And then he
One
buggered off.
season, and he went. One season, and he went.
One season wonder. He's 1 season wonder Scottish team
Yeah.
manager. there.
Still won the league. Still won the
Not
league.
true.
I've got to say, big up to Vim. Big up to Vim. Thank you very much. I got Jake. He wanted to go, Paul. Remember saying that when we were sniffing around him in our promotion season, but Bruce blocked all advance because he had plans for him. Lies and bullcrap.
Must be Dwight Gale he's on about, is he? Must be.
Yeah, cabbage. I'm going to say that. If Ashley waits till December to sack the cabbage, I think it'll be too late unless he spends big in January G1. I tell you what, if we're in the bottom 3 in December, definitely no chance. We're not stale. I said that from day one.
You know what? To me, this has the hallmarks of the McLaren season. I know I said it last season, but this,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
seems
you're
like
right,
January.
yeah.
It's going to be This seems like January. It's going to be a massive panic to get players in because we're going to be in the bottom 3, and that's the worry. That it's going to be too late, like it was in that January window, and when we got rid of McLaren and got Rafa in. It smacks of this season. Like,
Yeah.
unless Marge are in earlier, it's just this is deja vu all over again.
The only way we'll spend big in January if we sell Maximan or Wilson or somebody like that is, we'll have to sell to buy. So
Or literally
star
Mike Ashley,
players,
literally Mike Ashley has a panic and goes, "There's 100 million for you," still," and gives 100 million, which would be. I can't see it happening, but
Yeah.
if he's panicking, that will go down in January.
he did it one January, didn't he? When he bought all the French players, he bought Sissoko and all them lot, didn't he? Remember when we
So-
Yeah,
Yeah, Debussy. Debussy.
yeah, Debussy, yeah, Debussy.
I tell you what, Sissoko that day against Chelsea's first game, when
That
he
was his
took
best-
the game
that was
to
his
Chelsea,
best game.
he was 10 out of 10. He was a 10 out of 10 that day.
Yeah, he
Oh,
was.
I bet he was. That was his best game. That was his best
Yeah, he made
game.
Ashley
that-
Cole look a mug, didn't he?
He put Ashley Cole in retirement.
Exactly. I've got Jake as well. This is for Annie. If Annie talks sense, then he'll never get a job in sports journalism or punditry. He needs to go to Simon Jordan.
Fair comment.
Not even
I
lined
smell
up
a
in
hint of
Talksport, though.
sarcasm.
I don't think
So-
being on Talksport's not a bad thing, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't go on Talksport, man. I still listen
Yeah,
to
good
Talksport.
wage.
I listen to 5 Live and all that. Me and BBC Sounds. I don't listen to Talk Sport. It should be called Talk Knobhead Sport or something like that. Knobhead
Talk shite.
Radio Station. Exactly. Talk shite. I don't listen. I literally do not listen to that. I'll tell you what I like to listen to. Is there's some good
Ken
football
Bruce.
podcasts about football podcasts about Graham Hunter and people like that. They talk. They
I mean,
are very
I mean, did you hear Gabby Agbonlahor this morning about Rafa? Honest to God, like, I was just like,
I heard
wow.
Gabby Agbonlahor. The only reason he got picked to be a footballer was because he was fast. No else. It's because he had a bit of speed about him.
Not
That was
anymore.
it.
Oh, there's someone.
He had to go
It's
at
just
Rafa
a
for managing Liverpool and Everton, saying he can't do the job properly. But at the same time, he backs Steve Bruce, who's managed Newcastle,
Was
Sunderland,
my guy.
Sheffield United,
That's
Sheffield
my
Wednesday,
guy.
Birmingham Villa. Absolute
Yeah.
nonsense, absolute bollock speaker.
All right.
Exactly. Surely be. I just did this one very quickly before I get on Jason in. Seriously though, a good thing about YouTubers is that people are turning more to proper unbiased journalism and channels for info and relying less on ex-players who only get a job because of their name. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Jason, welcome to the cup, mate. How are you doing?
Yo,
What?
just got in from
What
work.
did you say?
Welcome to
Did
the
you
cop.
Welcome to the cop.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought you said another one. We thought it was the cock of what the hell?
Well, I'm not going to say those same words. I'm not gonna say those words.
Did you say that?
Wouldn't be the first time.
Fuck's sake.
I actually thought you said that. That's the one. Hang on.
Oh,
That's
we can.
We've broken Billy.
Whoa, steady.
Quick, someone call the AA.
Jesus Christ.
Someone press 111.
He said cop.
I hope so.
There's
Anyway.
one thing about Junior very quickly. John, can you say something to
Not
me before the end of the
impressed.
show? Yes, sure. No problem. All right, Jason, I was going to talk about ASM, right? Do you think it's going to stay in January or do you think it'll go in the summer?
Summer.
Yeah.
I'd say summer. I'd say listening to his last interview, he does praise Bruce quite a lot, so it'll definitely stay. But if we're in the relegation zone or relegated or just still hanging around that area, he'll be gone.
Yeah.
I think Bruce will be gone before ASM anyway, let's be real that fast. And we talk about the trolling as well, right? So I've got to get a chance to catch up the trolling online. And it's just, I mean, Holly B is getting, her dad is getting abused on Twitter, which I think is shocking. I mean, what's your take on that, mate? I mean, to me, even Paul's getting it now as well, mind. He's getting not death, he's getting threats. He's been told to watch his back when he goes to the stadium.
I've said it time and time again. I put it in the description of every single one of my videos. Everyone's entitled to their own opinions. You say what you want to say. If you don't agree with it, then that's fine. Don't agree with it, but don't cause hate. We're all support the same team. Just because we're going to have our own differences. Some say there's 3% of the fans that like Bruce and are Bruce in. There's 97% of the fans that are Bruce out. But keep your opinions to yourself.
Yeah.
There's no point dishing out hate.
Totally agree, mate.
Totally agree. I think the people who want Bruce in admit that they want Bruce out, but don't want to say Bruce out. But at the end of the day, I mean, if they boost in, then I'm sorry, you're backing this guy. Let's be real, because he's going to take us relegated. I'd never back this guy. I said it before, I wanted him out before he even came in. Yeah, and that's got what it is for that as well. Yeah, they've got a Kindle fumbling here, and I chatted him to Dave. Hope you're here. That's my favourite tongue twister and easy to imagine managing than Steve Bruce. Yeah, Judy's got it. The sad thing is we couldn't sign Rondon and Wilson for less than Joelin.
Yeah,
that's
good point. Yeah,
that's a fair point.
And we believe
Tielemans. Tielemans. Now then, Dave. Diego, careful and say anything's fine. Andy, 12 million is the price for a good championship player now. Look how much will that appear for Watkins. 20.
No. I'm talking about who in the championship will pay 12 million in the championship. I know many clubs have paid more than 12 million in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Who in the championship is going to pay 12 million for any player, let alone Dwight Gale?
And now, also West Brom have just been relegated, so they would have had parachute payments, I'd imagine.
Yeah,
for being relegated, so they would have had the money.
It'd have to be a parachute too, wouldn't it?
Plus, but the fact of the matter is, they're going. If you get relegated, it's just not like, oh, you go into a different division. There's a lot of staff turnover, and that also goes into the business, net profits, net losses, everything. Yeah. And yes, I'm doing business. I'm doing business in GCSEs. Woohoo!
No, you're right. You're right.
but if all this is going to account, and you can't just all of a sudden, even though you can sell your best player, you can't just all of a sudden turn. Oh yeah, we have parachute payments. We're gonna sign this guy for 12 million. You can't do that, and you got to think about it very carefully, because it is still your money which you're investing, and it is going on your books. So you can't just say we have 50 million parachute money. 30 million on this guy, 12 million on the other guy. You can't do that. Just can't do that.
You've got to cut your cloth accordingly.
Exactly.
Yeah, you've got to cut your cloth accordingly. I'm an accountant, so that's why I know where you're coming from.
But at that time, Dwight Gale was guaranteeing you 15, 20 goals in the championship season, wasn't he? And you need them goals to get you back up to where you want to be. So sometimes you have to speculate to accumulate, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. There was just
Rondon didn't want to. And Rondon didn't want to be there really either. So.
Did anybody see that thing on Twitter, Independent, about somebody in the Premier League saying we don't want too many Leicester Cities?
I saw that, yeah.
What a load of absolute baloney, isn't it? Because obviously some of them don't remember the days of the cup, the romance of the cup, where fans of a certain age, like myself, always wanting the underdog to do well. And I think a lot of us were happy when Leicester won that title, because it meant the bloody Man U's and your Chelsea's weren't winning them all the time. And I'm sure going back in the distant past, when Cloughie's Forest and Derby, sort of broke the grip of Leeds and Liverpool. So that I read that and I thought, this person's flipping delusional. Calls Newcastle fans delusional. People want to see a competitive league where, okay, you have your big teams, but likes of more Leicester Cities where make the league, something to watch. Because let's face it, our example being La Liga, nobody watches that because everybody's just going to say, well, there's only 2 teams in it.
3.
or three now. Yeah. But in the past, it was either going to be your Real Madrid or your Barcelona, wasn't it? Before Atletico started to move up. But whereas in Premier League, you want to see 6, 7 teams competing for that title. You don't want to see, the same 2, corrupt teams.
Yes, corrupt.
You want to see like a Leicester, And if I'll be honest with you, I do have a little soft spot for Leicester because of the way they do things. I think it's
the only reason I have a soft spot for Leicester, because we had their ex-manager, 2 ex-players, 3 ex-players, probably an ex-Leicester team on the way.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean that I thought, where's this? Who comes out of this crap now?
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
I just
And
thought
that's
I'd bring
why-
that in there. I just thought I'd bring that in there because you know, it was just something at the bottom of my wick when I read it.
John, do you mind just going up to Matthew's comment? Just one up.
Yeah, sure. Don't think anyone would have appeared. Oh,
Championship teams have definitely spent more. Agreed. Championship teams haven't spent more. I'll give you two examples. Sheffield Wednesday, Derby County. Derby County have just gone into administration because of their FFP problems. Sheffield Wednesday, 12-point deduction last season because of FFP problems. They're in League One now, 12th in League One because they've had to sell half their squad. So spending money just because you don't have parachute payments doesn't mean it doesn't mean success. In fact, I can't think of any team that has spent 30 million in a summer altogether and has gone straight up. Because it's not
Fulham?
happened. Fulham, no, because they have parachute payments.
So they still spent the money, though, didn't they? They didn't keep what they spent it.
No. Being with parachute payments and being without parachute payments, whole different universe. It's a whole different universe.
exactly.
50 million, my word, you can just use that, and it's the likes of Fulham, West Brom, and Sheffield United, 3 teams with the parachute payments, and Bournemouth. They have the parachute payments. Bournemouth signed Ryan Christie from Celtic, one of Celtic's best players. Signed Jamal Lowe, one of the top scorers in the Championship. Kept hold of David Brooks, Phil Billing, and they're still competing. It's like
Huddersfield,
it
they're
doesn't
not.
matter. Huddersfield was lightning in a bottle. It was very lucky. They scored no goals in the Championship playoffs at all, and they got up. That was very lucky. And
Villa was,
I think
Villa
even
as
had-
well. They didn't come back straight away. They took 2 or 3 years to come back.
They
Grealish,
spent more than anyone, didn't they?
Yeah, they had.
Yeah.
Aye, and who's managing them now?
The fifth and bottom, 70 million quid spent.
Chippers. Villa had Abraham, Mings, Grealish,
Yeah, but 3
Horahan.
of them on loan. Well, majority of them on loan. They went,
It doesn't matter. You still got them players.
Yeah.
but they didn't spend them.
Still
They
got
didn't
them
spend
players.
Had them on loan though. They didn't spend anything for them. They went up here half their wage.
Then you got Hotter, Hogan, Jedinak. How much money have they wasted on those players? Villa was absolutely ludicrous. It was chaotic. And Villa
Madoma.
got up because Villa didn't go up in the first 2 seasons. The reason Villa didn't go up was because of Steve Bruce, and also because and also because of the chaotic nature of Villa off the pitch.
Tony's there, yeah. Tony's there.
Dr. Tony was an utter mess, and now Villa have got new owners and they're much better. Blah 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 blah. Whatever. Villa are much better position now.
Very ambitious.
Yeah.
Very ambitious.
Absolutely.
Makes you wonder how much of a world beater Villa might have been if Bruce actually traded Grealish for Rhodes.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Exactly. Unbelievable. I got these comments quickly because I'm flying the roof. So I mentioned this on fan forum, but I say it again. When the chairman tragically died in helicopter crash, driver fans were outside the room singing "Champions of England." You made us sing that. Beautifully done, beautifully.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
disparity between fans and businessmen financially is astronomical. Fans crave challenge, rivalry, and romance of football. These cretins want stability, and stability is good for business. Wow, she's right. Just to
Yeah.
win the titles, restore my faith in the game. Was ready to give up football because it's just looked like muddy roller game, and there was no room for anything else. But that's to give us all hope. Yeah, totally agree. If they win the league again, cool, that'd be fantastic. As championship transfer are from clubs who haven't went in administration.
I'll have a look.
Okay, well, I read this. Interesting. Well, Chibas said that the prospect of 100 million panic buy in January, but logically, you would think Ashley should sell the club for 100 million less now to avoid all of that. Yeah, I totally agree there. And Chipper and Annie's going to look at it.
I did actually see a post a couple of days ago saying that the club's price has dropped greatly. But where Ashley's wanting is 300 mil for the club, the club is now apparently only worth 240 million.
And
Yeah.
whoever comes in will offer less than the 240 million.
Okay.
That's
no way.
Yeah.
The thing is, right, we haven't won any major honours, haven't we? I could understand if it was explained on winning major honours, but we haven't won any major honours since 1969. Let's be real. And the bottom line is, I hate to say this, but 300 million for the club is a bit extortionate, for a club for that size, But
Absolutely.
if he gets to 300 million, fantastic news. But if we get relegated, the club will be halved. And it looks to me that Ashley ain't going to sell the club because he wants to get back in the Premier League and try and get more money. But we have 14 years of Ashley. And I tell you something now, any other club, he would have been gone. I'm telling you, he would have been gone. But we tried everything to get this guy out.
Yeah.
For what?
But 300 million could actually be cheap in the long run. If someone came in with the money to do something with it, the club could be worth 3-4 times that much in less than 5 years, couldn't it?
Yeah.
I've said that many other times. If the higher we finish, the more the club's going to be worth.
Yeah.
So if he can actually put his hand in his pocket and fork out for players and finish top 10, top 8, you'll get 300 mil easy for the club.
Absolutely.
The
argument I'd make to that, Jason, would be if I wanted to sell a house which I owned, why would I put new sofas, a new TV stand, new paintings into it? If I know I'm going to sell
more
it.
Then.
But what if no? But it is a gamble, isn't it? It's a gamble.
See, if I sell my house, I'm not going to leave the garden overgrown and holes in the walls and dodgy floorboards. I'm going to do it up so I get the best price for it. It's exactly the same scenario, really.
You want to want then if you don't look after it, you're not going to want it.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy. Got Matthew Smith as well. Go back to Mags as well. Mags football. Do subscribe to my channel, my guy, if you can. It's the first time I believe. Mike actually said to Boost has 3 games to change it around or you get kicked out the door. So do you want us to win our next 3 games to run Boost out?
I can't say we win the next 3 games, to be honest. No matter what, I can't say we win the next 3 games.
It was apparently Charlie that said he wants 4 points from the next 3 games or something like that. No, 6 points from the next 6 points from the next 4 games. So
that ain't gonna happen.
So even that would be 8 points out of 14 league games. If we get that, 8 points or 9 points out of 14 games.
Out of a possible 42 points, and that's crap return, isn't it? Really?
That's crap. 7 wins in 35. I say no more. I said it before, but I don't understand why we didn't go for Adam Armstrong. Would have been a quality backup for Wilson, and you would have got him on the cheap. Yeah, 100% there.
He's not proven at this level, though. He wasn't proven at this level. That's the reason.
Why would Adam Armstrong want to be backup for Callum Wilson? He would want first team football after such a good season at Blackburn.
Or even play both of them together. Partnership together.
Yeah.
That's another.
I'll fly this quickly, sort of thing, and wrap up in a minute, sort of thing, go off the game as well. Question to all 6 of you. What's the estimate of how much a team must spend in transfers each year to remain competitive for the top 8? Do you use your Everton spot that's on the table? We got to spend like at least 100 million just to actually compete.
Maybe more.
Yeah, even more. Yeah. Because some of those players are not good enough. I said for a long time, I would only keep 7 players in Newcastle. The rest of them could just find pastures new.
Yeah. If not double, at least 100 million, but to really maintain a decent, standing in the league, couple of 100, 250, 300, But obviously, you need a money bags owner for that, though.
From where we are, obviously, it's a lot more than where someone like Aston Villa is, but they've spent quite a bit, haven't they? So, I agree. 150 million would be minimum.
But obviously, they've sold Jack.
Yeah, they have. They've sold to do that.
Yeah.
Hardly. And you can attest to how strict FFP is in the Championship. Man City would have been got points for reaching it, but in the Premier League, it makes such a massive difference to how Champs Club spend money.
And
FFP doesn't work in the Premiership, does it? It's not even a thing.
Another thing in the Premier League is you get that 100 million pound TV money just for staying up. And if you win the Premier League, my word, you get, I don't know, how many times more, plus gate receipts, sponsors, stuff like that, all adds up.
Champions League next
And-
year after that.
Yeah, Champions League, tons of money for the Champions League. And they can afford to pay that. In the Championship, you just can't. You can't even pay a 16th of that. If you pay a 32, 1 out of 32 of what City spend each year, then you'd be docked 12 points for FFP, probably go into administration, another 12 points. You know, it all add up because you just can't do that. You can't compete like that in the Championship.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, I agree, Anil. I agree. Just go through this quickly. So, would John win a wrestling match against Bruce?
You'd karate him, wouldn't you? Kung Fu.
He'd
Kung
win a
Fu
wrestling
John.
match against Joe Linton.
Yeah. Hey!
Mud wrestling, that is.
Yeah.
As long as they've got clothes on, I don't mind. I don't mind that you play that.
Jason.
Mud
Jason,
wrestling,
you know
mud wrestling in a bikini.
Jason, you know what type of wrestling I mean.
Oh, yes. The ones on the late night channels.
Who's green screen?
Oh,
Master,
yes.
yes. What about the
Yes,
Arsenal?
John and Bruce.
This is good. When you buy Paul Joe Linton's at 40 million, it's money down the drain. Yeah, totally agree. Don't boost.
Well,
We
one
just
Joe
say
Linton at 40 minutes, one money down the drain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one Joe Linton is bad enough, isn't he?
exactly. We spent 160 million quid.
Absolutely.
Now, so for it.
That's
Frankly-
160 down the drain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just to go on from there, you can Northumberland. Frankly, it doesn't matter how much we spend. If Steve is in charge, it will still be money wasted. Bang on him.
Absolutely.
Bang on him.
That statement where they said we'd spent, well, Steve Bruce had spent 160 million pounds. They don't ever work that out. I've tried. And I can't get anywhere near it.
But who actually takes charge of transfers at Newcastle? Is it Steve Bruce? Is it Lee Charnley? Who knows?
Nixon.
No, but he
Bruce,
said we'd spent it under his managerialship. I'm Joe Linton 40, Maximan Wilson Willock. So after that,
25, 25, 25.
Jamal Lewis. Kraft.
10.
Kraft.
I know how much that was.
Kraft was
15.
5, wasn't he?
15
No
million.
way.
That was
For
about
Kraft?
17 million for the two of them. No, for the two
Oh,
of them.
right.
17 million for the two.
The Swedish cat food, by the way, Kraft. Swedish cat food. Yes.
But also, I think Bruce has given you
my
contracts
God.
if he has as well, and he's probably up their wages for
Yeah.
that reason. So
Add the wages.
You know
in,
how much he's on a week? Do you know how much he's on a week, by the way? He's on 58 grand a week. Kraft. 58
John,
Wow.
John, your lover's on 80 grand, man.
86 and a half, apparently.
How did you get
That's
that?
when
38 pence.
Not my guy. He's definitely not my guy. He's just doing the basics right, but not for me. Price money for winning the Prem is 35 million. Steve Bruce already lost a lot of wrestling matches. He's CS knows, looks like he's trouble. And yeah, Jake. But then the sponsor money, advice revenue, exactly doing got the L stand. He took us up and up, improved all our players, got a few decent signings, but we wouldn't be where we'd be without BL that managers matter. Totally agree. Right, time to scoop. Stay Austin, Hanson, Jens, Judy, you take care, pet. And thanks for telling me that. And yeah, I mean, on to Saturday's game against Watford. I should be in a watch along again on Saturday. And yeah, how do you think this game's going to go? I'm going to go down the table. I'm going to start with you, Billy. How will it go? What's the score going to be?
I'm quite positive about this one. I think we might get a win. I think we might win 2-0.
Okay, cool.
I'm actually going to be positive as well because I'm going to go with being our defence has got more leaks in it, like a second-hand central heating system. I'm going to see it 2-1.
2-1?
I'll go 2-1.
Jez, you say one each, didn't you?
The 1-1 I'm going for, yeah.
1-1. I know you're still saying 2-0 to Newcastle.
Yeah, he did, eh?
Yeah, I'll stick to 2-0. Yeah, I'll stick with 2-0.
Oh, he's hesitating there. He wants to say something else.
That's done it.
5-0 Watford.
It most likely would be.
And Chippers?
Sadly, I'm going to go 2-0 Watford, and hopefully the end of Steve Bruce.
Yeah, I was saying 2-0 Watford as well. I mean, They've not been, I'm not going to lie, but you got Joe Willock could be out as well on Saturday, apparently.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, he was pictured with wearing a protective boot, wasn't he?
Yeah.
The thing is, I want to see is when was that picture really taken? That could have been taken ages ago. That was over now.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
But he's got to go flat back four because we defended better with a flat back four against Leeds, didn't we? So yeah, honestly, I think we might be better with the back this week.
Yeah.
The back four, the two centre backs in the back four will be Kraft and Hayden.
In that case, I'll change my mind then.
Yeah, man. Doesn't look good there, but fingers though. I mean, Jolin's going to play Aggie, and unfortunately, Wilson's out. And
How do you know he's got to play, John? How do you know he's got to play? Are you leaking something here, or has he said he's playing here, or has Joe Litton said that he's going to be in the start lineup on Saturday? Like, has he told you in the confession or something?
It's obvious. It's obvious, isn't it? Unfortunately, I mean, I don't want him to play it, but listen, at the end of the day,
it's a low bar, but he played quite well against Leeds. I thought.
Neglect. John.
He played well. It's just his finishing that's awful.
Yeah.
It's a very low bar, but it's one of his best games for us, I thought. That's a very low bar. It's like being the tallest dwarf, but
I'm just going to say, bring that to Barry Austin. Clinton's had a good game.
this is it.
One of his best games. I'll give him 4 out of 10.
Sounds about right. I'll go with some posts quickly because I've also got a big channel. I've gone to Newcastle, but this is a tougher game for ASM. Will get nowhere near the kind of space. Your defense is so very sus. Very, very sus. Sean Fierce has to start on Saturday. Willock is out. Unfortunately, Henrik. Watford went up against Villa and they won by 3 goals to 2. Listen, guys, thanks for coming on because time's beating us, unfortunately. And listen, guys, did you enjoy coming on the show again, lads?
Yeah, absolutely, mate.
As always.
Yeah,
John,
great.
John, I'm at work next Wednesday night, so if you do it either Tuesday or Thursday, is that okay? Next week?
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm off on Thursday. Tuesday or Thursday, I can do it, but Wednesday I'm on night time, so I can't work it. I can't come on Wednesday.
Do it on Wednesday. No
Can't do it
chippers.
Tuesday because we do Paul's Tuesday for him, isn't it?
Do it Thursday.
No, John. If you do on Wednesday, it's for the greater good of the channel and the greater good for YouTube.
Don't listen to a Bristol City fan, John.
It's not like you can say much.
I support Newcastle. You're moonlighting. You're not even on a Bristol City one. You're doing Newcastle, man.
What's your problem with me being on John's channel? My God.
No. I'm just saying it's 5 against 1. He acts as 5 Newcastle fans and 1 Bristol City fan, and he's gone.
Yes, and some of them disappear, and we're going to disappear as well. But guys, thanks so much. Just got one more here. Jigsaw, cheers, lads. Good chat. Thanks a lot for coming on, my guy. And listen, have a great evening, guys. And if you do watch the channel, if you like the channel, any contents, please like, subscribe, comment, and thanks so much indeed for coming on. And I shall see you guys soon. Have a good evening, guys.
You too, mate.